What's up, everybody? Mike Somich coming at you for RacingDudes.com, and I'm here to preview the Grade 1 Travers Stakes on Saturday, coming at you from Saratoga Racetrack. This is one of my favorite races of the summer. I went to this race probably 20 years in a row when I was younger. One of the best traditions out there at the racetrack. They show Old Travers throughout the morning. If you are on track and run for tables, if you are, you better be there at 5 a.m. to get in through those gates. An absolute blast, wonderful tradition. Wish I could be there again this year. And this is a good running of the Travers Stakes. We've got your favorite Epicenter coming in off a romp in the Grade 2 Jim Dandy, which is the local prep for this race. He looks fantastic, beating Zandon and Tawny Port, as well as early voting in that spot. Gets a 102 buyer off the layoff. Now we got second time off the layoff. You'd think that this is going to be an even better race from Epicenter. He looks like a very formidable favorite in this spot. However, you know, he's lost a couple races. You just can't give him an excuse for the comp back at Fairgrounds, as well as the Preakness. You felt like he probably should have won both those races and just couldn't get the job done. Rich Strike also getting by him in the Derby was pretty surprising to me. So we've got Epicenter in here as your favorite. You've got a couple other contenders. We'll start with your Preakness winner, early voting. Look, horse ran huge at the Preakness, came back in the Jim Dandy, did not look good in the paddock at all. We'll be live on Saturday. We'll have a couple people in the paddock. Make sure you check out how early voting looks in the paddock. That's going to be one of the keys to his race. Another Chad Brown entrant here, Zandon, draws the 8 post, and Zandon has just been the bridesmaid quite a few times. Ends up running third in the Kentucky Derby, comes back and runs second in the Jim Dandy here. He'll have to figure out a way to turn the tables on Epicenter. I think he's a great underneath play, but not a horse that I would prefer on top. The third Chad Brown entrant in here is very interesting. The 5-horse Arturus comes in off of an awesome win in the Curl in the day before the Jim Dandy, and he looked phenomenal in that race. Made a monster move around the far turn and absolutely dusted a field of Creative Minister and Gilded Age. Obviously not the quality that he has faced, or else he's taking a step up in quality that he's facing today. But I think he is an awfully tough horse and should be loaded and should give you a good price option in this spot. I guess we got to talk about Rich Strike and Cyberknife and Ain't Life Grand as well. Sorry, Magic, you're going to have to cut this one long. It's the Travers, baby. You got to give them all the info here. So we'll start out with Rich Strike, your Kentucky Derby winner. Now, when I'm handicapping, the race that I throw out the most all year, the one that I think is the worst data point, is the Kentucky Derby. There is no other horse race with 20 horses all year in the U.S. over dirt. So you don't have a situation like this again. There is no common data point to the Kentucky Derby. And on top of that, when you have them go 45 and change, the fastest opening half mile in Derby history, it makes me even less interested to use that as a data point. So if we cross a line out through the Kentucky Derby, Rich Strike doesn't even belong in this field. And so that's the way that I'm going to play this. I'm completely chucking Rich Strike out of there. I'm going to assume that data point is faulty, which, you know, he won the race. Congratulations to Rich Strike. Awesome job of the connections. Not knocking the horse at all. But I will never get the price to play Rich Strike back in a Grade 1 race. I need him at 50-1, 60-1. He's just not going to be that number here in this spot. I am looking for places I can play him against him. Heads up. You can get close to, I think it was minus 120 for early voting versus Rich Strike, who finishes ahead of the other. So I'm going to be trying to find ways to fade Rich Strike in that manner. Cyberknife coming in off of a very, very nice Haskell win. Got up the rail and beat Taba in that spot. Got a career-high 102 buyer. This was the horse that was most touted in the Brad Cox barn last fall. He should be a major player in here as well, as he kind of comes in a little bit of a new shooter here, as we have not seen him face the big boys since really the Kentucky Derby, where he just didn't run very well. Again, drawing a line through that. It's the Kentucky Derby. It's not a great data point when you're actually handicapping races that come back later in the year. All right. We got 2 left in here. Gilded Age coming in at a bomb price. I'm not going to use him at all. I don't think he's going to be able to run into it. And then Ain't Life Grand, who's going to come in here from Iowa for Kelly Von Hemel. This is kind of your underdog story that I know a lot of the dudes team is rooting for. I think he's got a shot at coming in the 3rd or 4th spot, and lower in the Tri or the Super, but it's not a horse that I'm going to be using in multi-races or put on top. All right, that's your field of 8 here for the Travers. I'm going to take Epicenter on top. Look, this horse has multiple ways to get the job done. Before the last 2 races, he's been able to go gate to wire if needed, stalk the pace if needed, or come from behind. He's got a lot of options to win. I don't love the price. I don't think you can bet him to win. I am going to put Arturus as well in my multi-race bets here. I do think Arturus for Chad Brown has a shot at taking a major step forward. And if Arturus does that, he's as good as anyone in this field. And he's also the most likely horse outside of maybe Epicenter to take a step forward, because we are a younger horse. It's only going to be his 4th race. We know Arrogate loved this track. He looked, and that's Arturus's father. Arturus looked awesome over it the first time. I think Arturus really will take to the Saratoga racetrack again. So give me the 6 and the 5 in multi-race bets. I'm going to play a super. I'll put the 6 on top. And I'm going to put the 8 Zandon, the 5 Arturus, and the 1 Cyberknife underneath in there. See if we can get something home. Thank you very much for checking out this preview of the Grade 1 Travers Stakes coming at you Saturday from Saratoga. Make sure you check out racingdudes.com for previews of all the major graded stakes races over the weekend. And make sure you're checking out YouTube.com/Racing Dudes every Wednesday through Sunday at noon Eastern for Dudes Who Bet Daily. We've been on a heater. Get all of our best bets from Del Mar, Saratoga, and across the sports world. Good luck at the track this weekend.